Hello, Professor. My name is Eljan Mirishli. Today we will present our project on the impact of remote and hybrid work intensity on firm productivity and profitability. This topic became especially relevant after the pandemic, when remote and hybrid work stopped being a temporary solution and became a long-term workplace model for many firms. The main motivation behind this topic is that remote and hybrid work are now common in many office-based industries, but the evidence on their economic effect is still mixed. Some people argue that flexibility improves productivity, while others think it creates coordination and communication problems. So, our main research question is whether high remote and hybrid work intensity is associated with firm productivity and profitability. In the literature, we found both positive and negative channels. On the positive side, remote and hybrid work can reduce commuting time, improve work-life balance, and increase autonomy. On the negative side, they can reduce collaboration, make communication harder, and increase coordination costs. So overall, the literature does not give one simple answer. It suggests that effect depends a lot on how the work model is implemented and type of the firm. Our findings are quite interesting because they show different results for productivity and profitability. For productivity, remote intensity becomes positive and significant once we control for firm size and leverage. But for profitability, we do not find a significant relationship. One possible explanation is that remote and hybrid work may improve efficiency per worker, but this does not automatically translate into higher profitability because profitability depends on many additional factors like cost, pricing, and boarding financial structure.
For the empirical part, we used a cross-sectional dataset of 50 publicly listed firms in year 2024. We focused on office-based and remote work-relevant sectors, such as software, technology, and related services. Our two dependent variables were productivity, measured as revenue per employee, and profitability, measured as return on assets. Our main independent variable was remote intensity, coded on a scale from 0 to 4, where 0 means fully on site and 4 means fully remote. We also included the firm size and the leverage as control variables. Our methodology followed several steps. First, we produced descriptive statistics to understand the basic properties of the data. Then we ran a correlation analysis and two means tests comparing high remote and low remote firms. After that, we estimated regression models. We used both simple models and controlled models with firm size and leverage. Finally, we performed a diagnostic and robustness checks, including VIF, variation inflation factor, a Breusch-Pagan, robust standard errors, Ramsey's Reset test, and additional checks for outliers and influential observations. In the descriptive stage, we found substantial variation in productivity and profitability across firms, which is expected in a sample of large listed companies. The correlation matrix showed that the simple pairwise relationships were generally weak. The two means tests also showed that the differences between high remote and low remote firms were not statistically significant for either productivity or profitability. So at the simple level, the evidence was quite weak. The regression analysis gave the most important results. In the simple productivity model, remote intensity was not significant. But when we added firm size and leverage, remote intensity became positively and statistically significant. This suggests that remote and hybrid intensity may be associated with higher productivity once key firm characteristics are taken into account. For profitability, however, remote intensity was not significant in either the simple or the controlled model. So our main result is that remote intensity seems to matter for productivity but not for profitability. In the diagnostics, the VIF values were all close to 1, so we did not find a multicollinearity problem. The Breusch-Pagan tests showed heteroscedasticity in the controlled models, so we used robust standard errors. After doing that, the productivity result remained significant, while the profitability result remained insignificant. We also ran reset tests, which did not suggest strong functional form problems, and additional residual based checks for outliers and influential observations. Overall, these checks did not overturn the main conclusions.
To conclude, our study suggests that higher remote and hybrid work intensity may be associated with stronger productivity performance, but we don't find evidence that it's improve profitability. At the same time, the study has limitations. The sample is relatively small, the design is cross-sectional, and our remote intensity variable in based on public policy information, which may not fully reflect actual work behavior. Future research could use panel data over multiple years and more precise measures of actual remote work usage. Thank you for your listening.